What do we have here? I'm hiking in the North Georgia mountains. Beautiful, beautiful trees. Just a lovely trail. I think this one's called Bear Hair Gap Trail. It's near Vogel State Park. Just a beautiful, beautiful trail. This is one of those ones that they kind of built a long time ago before they had kind of these new ideas that we don't want to mess with nature. So they put like steps in and they got like stones cut in different places and stuff like that. They like the Appalachian Trail is not too far from here. And they, on the AT, the Appalachian Trail, that's a fancy way of saying the Appalachian Trail, they say AT. On the AT, they don't mess with the trail by building steps and stuff too much. Now, there's some places where it's, you know, they have old steps already built and stuff, but in general, they try to leave it real natural as they can. Well, this is cool. Got a cool little overlook place here, a little platform. Boy, it's kind of been raining the last couple days, so big puddle here, but hopefully this platform is sturdy. I like to look at the platform first before I get on it. Yeah, it looks like it's pretty well made. I'm not going to worry too much, so. The reason I would be, want to look at it first is because it's pretty far down. There's a nice little stream down there. Beautiful. So since I'm on this, lovely trail, and there happens to be a place I noticed right here, I could set up the camera, and since I happen to have a knife in my pocket that's still in the box, let's unbox this thing. Boom! What do we got? A Ned Foss. You guys know about Ned Foss. I don't really know anything about Ned Foss. All I know is I see the name on some inexpensive knives on like Amazon and stuff like that. So we're going to find out what Ned Foss is all about. Here's my total guess. Maybe I'll check on this and I'll let you know if it makes sense. My total guess is he's a knife designer from the 80s, maybe 90s, whatever, something like that. In my mind, he looks something like this. And he gained some fame. And then he basically kind of sold his name, licensed it to some Chinese company or multiple companies so that they could put his name on their knives. That's a total guess. Let's find out if that's true. I'll let you know right here. So I searched around the internet and I couldn't really find anything on Ned Foss, so I just went to their website. And it looks like it's just a Chinese brand that adopted the name Ned Foss for no apparent reason to try to sound American, maybe. That's my total guess from what I'm seeing here. Founded in 2016. Specializes in high quality at budget friendly knives, economical outdoor knives. Ned Foss always chooses high quality materials. Okay, why trust Ned Foss? We keep upgrading our knives and tools, including EDC, blah blah blah, axes and tools, new designs used by 3 million people. Okay, so they've sold 3 million knives, I guess. I'm not sure. They trust Ned Foss. Apparently, these are some knife reviewers, I think. Who they've paid to say. No, I don't know if they paid them, but apparently these guys like Ned Foss, even though we are not the best. Oh, wow, that's very brave to just say we're not the best brand. Even though we're not the best brand in the world at this moment, we are the one which most economical top one in the world. Let me read that again. Okay, I'm going to try to read it more better. Even though we're not the best brand in the world at this moment, we are the one which most economical top one in the world. Yeah, there's no one of American descent or Western reading capability involved in this knife company, I don't think. All right, but let's get this thing unboxed anyway. Pretty nice box, very solid feeling. I can feel the knife moving around in it, but seems like it's okay. Ooh, look at that. Okay. It's actually kind of hard to get out. There we go. Nice solid box, not one of those thin wimpy ones. Better than like CJRB. All right, look at this case. Pretty cool. It's like that fake carbon fiber. It's like not hard, but like, kind of hard. Like a hard shell case for a guitar, that kind of a thing. All right, let's get her open and see. Very nice zipper. Works great. Oh, we got a Ned Foss paper of some kind. Maybe a warranty. Care and maintenance. Lifetime validity guarantee. I don't know what that means. So apparently it's valid for life. So if you want to read that and see what that means, you can. I'm probably not going to. All right, and we got a Barbie blanket. Ooh, wrapped around the knife. Look at this. Got the Ned Foss engraved sort of Barbie blanket here. Yeah, pretty cool. And then the knife is in this. I love this type of material. It's like a soft plastic, like a shower curtain. It's very nice. Let me not drop it all the way down this hill. All right, so we got Frag. We got Frag G10. Okay, we got a nice looking clip. I think it's a steel clip, but man, it looks nice. Look at that clip. It's a milled clip, and you know, obviously, well, not obviously, but I don't think it's titanium. It's very kind of highly polished. They don't usually do that with titanium clips. So I'm going to say it's a steel clip, but it's also really nice and springy. This thing feels pretty decent. Let's see. Centering, looking pretty good right off the bat. Yeah. It's a axis lock, as you can see, and it looks like it has a captured pivot, I'm guessing. Looks like T8s and T6s for the screws, which is fine. Got a nice big fuller and a nice big thumb hole. Let's give it a thumb opening here. Okay, not bad. Uh-oh, little lock stick maybe. Just a tiny bit of lock stick, not a lot. Okay, that's weird. Okay, when I tried to reverse flick it, my finger kind of got stuck a little bit in the hole, so to speak, if you know what I'm saying. But not bad. Look at that blade shape. Different, for sure. I feel like, you know, I'm not much on, oh, your blade has to be super strong, but it feels like a very weak point right there where the blade is real. There's only a little bit of metal, and then up here at the top, that's all that's holding the blade on. This is definitely not something you want to pry anything with. I feel like you're going to bend the blade right here. That's just my guess. I think it's, whoa, that was a mistake. Almost knocked the knife case and everything down the hill. I think it's 14C28N if I remember right. Let me look and see if it says. It does not say 14C28N. Let me look on the paper. I wonder if it says on the paper. Let's see. It's got German on there. It's got like Swahili. Let's see. I do not see anything describing the metal, but I could have sworn, fairly sure, it's 14C28N. So we're going to go with that. We're going to say it's 14C28N, and we're going to assume that it has some sort of heat treatment to where, you know, it's probably okay. It's going to hold an edge. Let's try. I'm going to just find a stick on the ground. Boom, stick. So I just found a random stick on the ground. Let's see. Can it cut anything? Oh, yeah, okay. All right, yeah, it actually cuts really good. Not too shabby. Fairly tall, flat grind. A real nice fuller that's going all the way to the end. I bet you could reverse flick it from, not just from the hole, but from the fuller. Let's see. Yeah, you kind of can. Yeah, it's got a nice little sound to it, too. Listen to that. Okay, you know what? It's a good size little EDC. It's got plenty of grip. The G10 is nice. The Frag looks really nice. Blade is actually pretty decently finished. A little bit of, oh, that didn't lock stick that time. Just a tiniest bit of lock stick with an axis lock. To me, that's actually not a terrible thing, because you know it's locked up tight. It's not moving around. No, definitely no moving around. How's the, yeah, everything's good. Everything's solid. Let's see. No pivot lash either. And a lot of times on cheaper knives, you're going to find that the hole cut through the blade for the pivot is a little bit larger than the pivot itself. So you'll find that if you try to move the blade back and forth this way and that way, you'll find some play. This one's pretty tight. It's kind of nice, man. Ergos are decent. Boy, Ned Foss. I might have to grab another Ned Foss. This thing's actually not too bad, man. Kind of liking the Ned Foss. The thumb opening is not the best, but if you press into it, not bad. Good jimping up here on top. Got a little lanyard hole right there. Yeah, cool, man. I don't hate it. The wife bought me this because she knows, like, we're camping here in the middle of the mountains, and I don't have any way to buy a knife. You know, there's no knife store around. I mean, there is, but it's like 2 hours away. So she just ordered it on Amazon and had it sent to the main office of the campground. So I had to go pick it up from there. It's pretty cool, though. I like the Ned Foss, man. The Ned Foss Frag knife. It's on Amazon. I think it was 30 bucks, whatever, something like that. Pretty cool. Checking out the Ned Foss little cool frag knife here. There's been a bear report nearby, so I'm going to go ahead and hightail it on out of the woods. Someone saw 2 bear cubs, so I am heading back the way I came because I don't need to mess with no mama bear who's got 2 cubs. So we'll scan the area, and I'm not seeing any bears. No, but we're going to go ahead and go anyway. I didn't bring my dogs. A few years ago, my dogs chased a couple of bears through here, and one was a mama and one was a baby. And luckily, they grew a brain real quick and realized they shouldn't do that. So they chased it for maybe 50 yards, and then they peeled back off and ran to the trail. So they didn't die. So that was good. And then the mama and the baby just ran off in the woods. We didn't see them again. We saw a couple other bears, though, in the area, but not the mama and baby. But they're just black bears, man. They're not that dangerous. They're not going to mess with you if you don't mess with them. Pretty much it. This thing's definitely a fun little fidget knife. I wish they would have not radiused that edge and left it kind of sharp. Then I would have to press my thumb in there to get it to pop. So you got to follow Spyderco on that. Spyderco doesn't really radius the edges of their thumb hole because, ooh, that's a pretty little stumpy thing. Let's do a stump test. Boom! The Ned Foss is looking good in the stump. Anyway, so you got to leave that edge kind of sharp so that you can catch your thumb in it easily and flip it out, you know? Now that's it. Let me get the heck out of here. One more thing I just noticed. I'm almost out of the woods here. It's got a nice little choke-up spot with this full-sized finger choil. Now, you're going a little bit past where the jimping is, really, but it's still pretty good, though. Not bad. They could have opened it just a tad more this way, but it's not bad. My fingers aren't little, so most people, unless they have big, fat sausage fingers, should fit in there okay. Pretty nice. The lock stick has not gotten worse or better. It stayed about the same after maybe 100 flips, so maybe 500 flips. I don't know, a lot of flips. So it's a little tiny bit of lock stick when you open it hard. That's it. All right, guys, I'm almost out, so I'm probably not going to die. And if this video gets posted, that means I didn't die. So, you know, some people have bells on their walking sticks when they go in the woods because they know that the sound kind of makes the bears leave before you even get to them. The bears hear the sound, they take off. I think having a nice, loud, clanky fidget knife probably does just as well. Back to civilization. Have a nice day. We are the one which most economical top one in the world.